Welcome to a Wicked Turtle Network exclusive.
What is up, Wicked Turtle Nation? We just wanted to let you guys know that Wicked Turtle Network has decided to join the RAZE Rebellion as brand ambassadors for RAZE Energy Drink. RAZE Energy gives you fresh, and that stands for focus, recovery, energy, stamina, and hydration. With zero sugar, absolutely no crash, electrolytes, and BCAA aminos. I encourage everyone listening or watching right now to raise up and join the RAZE Rebellion yourself by going to your local GNC, vitamin shop, or even online at repsports.com and order yourself some RAZE energy drinks or other athletic supplements in bulk. And when checking out, use the order code WICKEDTURTLE for a 15% discount. The website and order code will be in the description of this cast. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Duke's Dive. I am the Duke of Disputation, joined by my co-hosts, Coach and the Penguin. You guys go ahead and introduce yourself.
I love that intro, by the way.
Oh,
it's awesome.
Every time we're waiting for it, I'm just like jamming out.
great intro. I love it so much.
Especially like the sounds of
Yeah,
it's cool.
it's very epic. All right, sorry. All right.
So, anyways, we got a pretty big episode today. We got Wrestlemania weekend stuff to talk about, as well as before that, I'm going to talk about a couple different things that I watched outside of the WWE stuff. But we wanted to give a majority of the episode to WWE. I mean, it is their weekend. You know what I mean? Not to discredit anything else that happened that week or weekend or in the past 2 weeks, or, you know what I mean, as far as that goes at all. But, you know, more so just give the credit where it's due. And, you know. So, anyways, I guess we want to just talk about RAZE for a second, actually. And, you know, I want to tell you that you should definitely drink that some. Check it out. Energy drink. If you're weightlifting, I know if you're listening to a wrestling podcast, you know, you're into the, you know, body stuff at some point in time, or, you know, not to, yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people that are, or, you know, I mean, have.
At the very least, you're into energy drinks if you're listening to this, because I can guarantee you, if you're a wrestling fan, you're drinking an energy drink. In life,
Absolutely.
not just wrestling, but gaming too. Like gamers drink energy drinks, so it's like, you know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, well, but you figure the target audience of wrestling is like 18 to like 40-year-old males, and we love energy drinks. So,
Yeah.
And RAZE is great. RAZE is top tier. So.
Yeah.
They're the best tasting out there.
Absolutely.
That's what I say.
Yep. We got a 15% off code. You know, Wicked Turtle. When you go on repsports.com, it's 2 P's. You know, rep REPP, Rep Sports. So, anyways, just wanted to talk about that for a second, and I wanted to cover a couple different things here now before we move into the main event, as to say. But the first of that would be, which would be my match of the whole week this week. You know, there has been a lot of good matches, but this was for me the best one, which was Jonathan Gresham versus Bandito to unify the Ring of Honor heavyweight titles. That was really cool. And Ring of Honor's, I think they're in good hands with Tony there. And something that was just announced, I guess, is the a pairing with them in New Japan, where their AEW stuff is going to be on New Japan World. So it's a reason to, if you don't have a way to watch that stuff weekly, it's a way to, start watching that stuff weekly, plus watch everything that New Japan has to offer from now to in the past.
It definitely it adds value to New Japan World. Do they ever
Yeah, for sure.
have they clarified yet how that's going to work? Like, is that
I'm not sure, but
is that for the United States, or is that only for like
I would
outside of the
imagine
U.S.?
it is for the United States, because there's not a lot of ways, unless you're watching, through your cable company, to watch all
Yeah,
the, right? I mean,
it was kind
I
of
don't think it's on any of these streaming platforms or.
not currently. It was just kind of announced, and there wasn't like a ton of detail yet on it. So that's where I was like left like confused. I had
Yeah,
New Japan World.
the whole thing kind of confuses me too, because it's like, then what about Ring of Honor stuff too? So maybe I'm hoping that they were to put that on some kind of all three and find
Yeah,
something.
it would be
I
nice
guess.
for
Yeah.
AEW, New Japan World, and Honor Club to just kind of merge into one thing instead of having like
Yeah.
multiple streaming services.
Because they're pretty much the same thing, like
Yeah,
the
it's a lot of the
interface
same.
of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of the same fan base too, so it would make sense
Oh
from
yeah.
a financial standpoint.
Yeah. And another one of note was Blake Christian. He was everywhere. He was on the GCW show. He was on the Multiverse of Matches. He was on pretty much all the major independent shows this week. So he was pretty much my MVP of this week. So other than that's just to mention him there. Taya Valkyrie, she debuted at Multiverse of Matches, so that's pretty cool to see her back with Impact. I thought that I started following her right around the time where she left to go to NXT. So when she went to NXT, it was a pretty big deal for me. I was like, oh wow, yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with that kind of a character. But
Yeah, it didn't work out,
it
unfortunately.
was cool what they were doing with her, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was what it was.
Yeah, her with the dog. I thought it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
I was with my dog, so it was, like I said, it was entertaining, but it was kind of like cut short by hands of time there.
yep.
So yeah, another one was Samoa Joe debuted at Supercard of Honor, and of course he works with AEW now, so he's also had a match with Max Caster.
Max Caster, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they letting him go, by the way? Like, is he in full wrestling now? Because WWE, it looked like they were playing cautious with him.
Yeah, he even said at this point in time, he had a little promo in the ring. He's like, I ain't no manager. I'm coming for titles. Like, he wants the Ring of Honor title and the AEW title.
You can see though if you watch that match with Max Caster that he is playing a little safer than he used to in terms of wrestling. So
oh yeah.
he's definitely working.
Can't fault him for that, because the stuff he did
not
back
at
in
all.
like early days of Impact, like, and then like the what was it that like kind of like cannonball dive he took off the steps. Was that was the Impact, or was that NXT? That wasn't NXT right now.
No, that was Impact.
That was an Impact. Yeah, that was. Nobody needs to be doing stuff like that.
Yeah. He never did anything like super like crazy in WWE. I think it was just years of doing crazy stuff pre WWE had caught up to him at one point. So
yeah.
He also never won a title, right? Well, he's won.
No, he was the NXT champ.
But what about was he Intercontinental or
Yeah, he was United States champion.
But never world title.
He had a real long series with AJ Styles, and he never became world. I don't think he became world champ. No,
that was a good storyline. I remember that.
I think he was NXT Tag Champs, NXT Champion 3 times, United States Champion, and he may have been Intercontinental Champion, but I know he was definitely US because him and Ray.
Definitely US.
Yeah, Mania for the US belt. So
well, maybe he'll get that big push here. That's an AEW.
Yeah.
Be cool.
And the Young Bucks debuted at Supercard of Honor, and they beat up the FTR. So, and then they had wrestled at, what was that, Dynamite or Rampage, and that was awesome.
Dynamite.
Yeah, Dynamite. Yep.
Dynamite this week.
And I think that was the second time they have wrestled. So we're due to see a third. And then worth noting was the main event of Joey Janela's Spring Break #1 was John Wayne Murdoch versus Alex Colon. And John Wayne Murdoch beat him for the GCW title. Was it Ultra Violent? I do believe that. Anyway, it's been a long-standing feud between them. So John Wayne Murdoch finally got the win over his biggest enemy over the past, I'd have to say year or so. Everybody was putting these guys #1, #2 for death match, top death match guy in the United States. So that was a big night for GCW guys. I mean, deathmatch guys in general, yeah. But now on to we'll talk about WWE stuff. I don't know if you guys want to talk about WrestleMania first, or do you guys want to talk about NXT Stand and Deliver first?
I guess I don't know if Penguin watched Stand and Deliver or not.
No.
So
I would get that out of the way, and because we can bite off
we can get through
a
quick.
lot of the WrestleMania stuff.
Yeah, that's not a heavy card. So.
No, it was a pretty short card, but a good card.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God, yeah. So
let's get into it.
Yeah, let's jump right into it. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez versus Toxic Attraction. Opened it up.
This was a decent match. I mean, it was quick. It was a pre-show match, and they did the title switch, which didn't was quickly undone, followed by Raquel's call up. But we'll get to that later. But
of course,
match wasn't bad. I give it a thumbs up on it.
Yeah, definitely a thumbs up on that one. Cameron Grimes had a pretty awesome NXT North American ladder match.
Oh my God!
He defeated Santos Escobar, Grayson Waller, Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa.
Sikoa. And Carmelo. I'm sorry, my handwriting's terrible. Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes, yeah.
Hayes.
This ladder match was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was at one point before Mania had happened. I figured this was going to be the WWE highlight for the weekend because the ladder match was so good. And, even right down to the ending.
It was definitely the match to beat heading into, WrestleMania for me.
Yeah, I mean, everybody worked their asses off, and it was a great story with because they had built up with Grimes, wanting to win this championship in honor of his dad and everything. So him winning and the crowd reacting was such a great moment. This was definitely the highlight. Big thumbs up on this. I love this match. That bump Waller took off the ladder.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just
I don't
sick.
think a lot of people notice that because, the angle that most people see, and they don't realize that directly before that, Waller had went from it was Carmelo. I'm sorry. Carmelo was on the ladder, and he had scurried over to the ring steps, and people were like, why did he jump onto nothing? No, he didn't jump onto nothing.
Yeah,
Carmelo is that quick.
Yeah.
They went from one shot. Weirdly enough, they went from one shot angle to another shot, real quick, and then it was.
Yeah.
They kind of missed him directly,
They caught it on the replay. On the replay of it, they showed how high Waller had gotten, and then you could see Hayes move off the ladder, and then you just see like Waller just boom, like arm.
Yeah, oh my god, elbow drop.
Just like insane.
He had to have been hurting after that.
Oh yeah.
There's no way.
He's sore. He was definitely sore. I mean, he didn't work. He didn't do anything on NXT this week other than a promo. So but otherwise, huge ups on this one. I love it. Even if you're not a big 2.0 fan, but you're a fan of ladder matches and of a very fast, kind of chaotic type of ladder match, this is definitely one I would recommend checking out. Like,
absolutely, for sure.
Star-making performances from everybody. Everybody involved did something great. So awesome match.
Yeah, I definitely like Santos. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Legado. That was fantastic. Yeah. So, next up was Tony D'Angelo defeating Tommaso Ciampa. I don't know how you feel about this. It's kind of like the old guard going away,
I personally, I love this match. Number one, I love D'Angelo. I think he's great. I think he's a huge upside, and he reminds me of, and this is going to sound weird, but I'm going to explain it. And I'll be quick about it. He reminds me of Randy Orton, and what I mean by that is there's a smoothness to the things Randy Orton does. Like sometimes with wrestlers, especially when you get like taller, bigger guys, things might look like robotic or they might look a certain way, but with Orton, everything looks smooth, and with Tony D'Angelo, and it probably comes from the amateur wrestling background. I mean, I'm not an amateur wrestler. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I didn't know he had an amateur. I don't know much about him at all.
Big amateur wrestling background. He was pretty good. You can if you toss his name into Google, it'll kind of bring up some of the stuff about him. But everything he does looks really smooth, and for somebody who he has about as much experience as Braun Breaker, and I love Braun. Braun is still kind of working on getting better, and it's almost like a comparison of Cena and Orton, where like Cena and Orton started at the same time, but Orton always looked a lot smoother than John Cena. Tony looks a lot smoother than Braun, but this was a good match. I'm going to call it right now. Ciampa will debut on Monday Night Raw on the upcoming episode of Raw and be part of Edge's group. I'm going to call that shot right now. We'll see if I'm right. I've been doing pretty good with calling shots lately on these things. We're going to get to that when we get to Mania. And
I didn't know I needed that in my life.
Yeah, I mean, I called like Gunther getting called up. I said it on your post. I said if Gunther loses that match, he'll be called up on SmackDown this week, and I nailed it, man. I'm telling you. I'm hitting these out of the park.
Hey, I was going to say, Coach is the Nostradamus here. Whatever you want to. I don't know if it's of doom, a fortune teller of doom, per se, but he's been nailing it for sure. There's several of notable things that coaches called on the show. You can go back to even when they debuted. I forget what exactly it was, but it was like the next week. It's like, yep, coach called that.
Well, I called Tony Khan by in Ring of Honor, I think 2 weeks in advance.
Go, yeah. That's exactly what it was.
But this was good. I liked it. I think it was a nice ending for Ciampa because Hunter came out and they had that little celebratory moment. And I mean, would it have been nice if he won? Yeah, but at the same time, territory tradition is you put the person over on the way out of the territory. So he did.
Right.
Overall, I liked it.
And I'm gonna say this. His name is kind of tough, so I'm imagining that when he does get called up, Tommaso is gonna get some kind of an abbreviation.
Oh, just Ciampa. I guarantee. I'll make another prediction. He'll debut on Raw and he'll just be Ciampa.
I like that. Yeah.
Either that or because just basing it off WWE, and I hope to God this doesn't happen. And if it does, I apologize to anybody that I put this in the world. His name's going to be Tommy. Tommy something.
Either
Tommy Ciampa or Tommy with like a different last name, like, you know, I don't know, like I know his real last name isn't Ciampa, so I could see them incorporating his real last name with the name Tommy or something, but I'm hoping. But you know what, too, though? What he has over some of the other call-ups is he's already had matches on Raw. So, like...
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Pete Dunne never really had any matches on SmackDown or Raw. Like, Gunther never had any matches on SmackDown or Raw. Marcel never had any. So, like, Ciampa has already had matches and has been established as a character on Monday Night Raw, so he may just be shortened to Ciampa, which Ciampa isn't that bad. That's not
terrible.
That's what we all call him anyway, so that's not like it's not a huge thing. We'll see Monday, but that's that match was great. I liked it a lot.
And up next, we have a bit of redaction. MSK defeated Diamond Mine and Imperium. I was literally going to say, and moving on, but if you want to, all
right.
I mean, it was a good match for what it was. Let's say that.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from drama going on, that neither one of us really,
We'll skip over the drama. If you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, throw Nash Carter into Google and just read the story yourself. I'm not getting into it because, again, we keep it positive here. Match was good. Creed brothers should have won, though. You know, I like MSK, but the Creeds should have won this. This was set up to be their moment.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were thinking that, but I was kind of thinking Imperium.
Yeah, I kind of figured because, like, the Creeds have been on, like, an upward trajectory.
I honestly didn't expect MSK at all to win.
No, especially because stuff... The first half of the controversy with Nash Carter and his ex had started to come out, and that was pre the other second half of the controversy, the thing that had gotten him released, which was a inappropriate photo. So, like, I had figured that just to be safe, they weren't going to put the belts on them until, like, you know.
Yeah, I honestly thought they were going to call them up, honestly. I don't know why I was thinking that, but...
Yeah. I think this was a tough situation. The match itself, the match is good, although now it's pretty much just always going to have a weird kind of asterisk attached to it because it's like, here is the match where MSK won the belts back, but then, like, by, like, the following Wednesday, you know, had to give up the belts.
I mean, we kind of had, like, a similar kind of thing with when we were talking about, you know, our favorite WrestleMania match is, like, redaction with the Batista and Benoit type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
It happens in WWE. It happens in any kind of wrestling, you know. Look at, we daren't say Chikara anymore, you know.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate, and, you know, I mean, as far as the stuff goes, it is what it is. It's not, I don't know. I don't want to get into it because it's just a lot. So, yeah, let's just move on to the next match.
Salutes, flags. We gotta move on from that, flags and anything like that.
Before we get on to the next match, can we talk about the amazing promo that they did with Joe Gacy and Harland at the Grassy Knoll?
Yeah.
How great was that? Especially, like, in that spot, too. Like, what a great place to do a promo for, like, two, like, heel characters at the infamous Grassy Knoll of the JFK assassination. Like, whoever came up with that, like, 10 points for, like, picking that setting and doing a promo there. Like,
yeah,
so good. And it basically, like, set up for, like, Gacy to kind of move on to the level that he moved on to Tuesday night, like, of becoming, like, that top heel in NXT. So, like,
yeah,
you know, great promo. So, but anyways, just wanted to talk about that before we get to the next match, which is, I don't even remember.
Mandy Rose defeating Cora Jade, Kaylee Ray, and Io Shirai to retain.
This was a good one.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that this cements her. Like, she's not just the woman who came in back into NXT or whatever, you know what I mean? And she tried to get some wins under her belt or whatever. Like, she's NXT now, I think. Like,
and I mean,
sure. And this cements her as one of the better NXT women champions too. This has been a pretty good run.
what a story for Mandy. Like last year at WrestleMania, she was in what may have been one of the least popular matches on the and she slipped and fell on the aisle. She had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction. She had a few moves in the match that didn't quite go the way she wanted. Fast forward 1 year later, she's in like a top tier women's match.
One of the better women matches of the weekend.
Yeah, so like props to her. Big ups on this one. This I really like too. It's another one I give a recommendation to check out on the show.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on, then Gunther defeated LA Knight, right?
Yeah. This was fine. It was it felt more like filler to me than an actual like big epic match, but it was also like I felt like this was a way to close the book on LA Knight and NXT. And
that too. I think he's going to get called up.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him soon too. It was fine. I can't say I recommend it, but I can't say I hated it. It was fine.
I could see him in a tag team with Elias's brother.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, yeah, man. Ezekiel and LA Knight.
I'm so angry that I didn't think of that gimmick first to just shave and start telling people I'm my younger brother. Like, what a silly, amazing gimmick. Like, I don't know. I laughed my ass off watching Raw every time. Like, he's like, no, I'm Elias's younger brother. Like, so ridiculous. But I don't know. I loved it. It was goofy. It was fun. We'll get to that later.
That kind of stuff you got to like turn off. Like, you got to not take it as serious as, I don't know. I mean,
it's an entertainment business, so you got to have entertainment to go with the spectacle and the. You got to
allow yourself to laugh at stuff. I think.
I mean, if you didn't like entertainment, then you did not enjoy WrestleMania because it was entertaining. Oh my God, yeah. We'll get to that in a second here.
Yeah, we're about done here with the Stand and Deliver because we're at the main event where Dolph Ziggler defeated Braun Breaker.
Which the match was good.
Excellent match, yeah.
To me, it felt like that they thought that like Braun winning was too predictable, so they were like, "All right, Ziggler wins, but then we'll get the belt off Ziggler, like either on Raw or NXT," which is then what happened. But the match itself was good.
Then give Breaker a bigger stage to win it back on, on the same weekend where his father and uncle were inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame,
which was awesome. But yeah. This was a good match overall. As far as takeovers go, this was this wasn't.
I think it's back to par.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I was about to say this wasn't the best one ever, but it was definitely like up. It kind of helped elevate NXT back up there.
Yeah. For me, like the 2.0 takeovers haven't hit as well as they could have, as well as the ones in the back, but.
I disagree. I stand by that War Games was still one of the strongest like takeovers.
Oh, that wasn't pretty good. Yeah.
This one was stronger. War Games was stronger than this one. But either way, NXT 2.0 is still, we're not even a year into it yet. They're still trying to kind of find their footing and with call-ups.
They're trying to figure it out and
between like Hunter's personal issues like with the heart, call up, the controversy with Nash Carter. It's been a little bit of a bumpy road, but I think they're kind of hitting that ground, like hitting that footing, and the ratings have been going up steadily for the show. So like I think they're finding it now, and I think by the time we hit that year anniversary in September, 2.0 is going to have itself solidified. So
imagine that takeover. And what we could be seeing at that point in time.
Yeah, I think it's the future. The future is bright.
Yeah,
so
for sure, I think so. I think it's worth watching. I think NXT is worth checking out.
Yep, absolutely.
NXT, all 3 NXTs that are on right now: the NXT Level Up, NXT UK, and NXT.
2.0. Yeah. It's worth it hopping into that world and watching that stuff on the Peacock. And now they've since updated. They've updated Peacock a little to organize it better, so there is like a dedicated NXT tab that you can just click on and get all the stuff. So
that's I will tell you, if you were on Xfinity, the Peacock app, it works the best on Xfinity like box.
Yeah, I have it on Amazon Fire, and I had no issues WrestleMania weekend, which was nice. So I guess we can. Speaking of WrestleMania, maybe it's time
that's
to.
All right. Time to bring Penguin. He's gonna fall asleep here. What we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was trying to breeze through Stand and Deliver to get to Mania.
Yeah.
You know, WrestleMania.
So good.
Before we actually talk about WrestleMania, how about we just also say about how good the Hall of Fame was too?
Yeah,
they gave Taker so much time. I'll tell you that right now. So much time. So much time you can make a good plate of meatballs. That's how much time they gave him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
watching
and
an Undertaker.
Give him enough time.
They gave him almost 2 hours. You know,
almost 2 hours. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I could have watched an additional probably 45 minutes of them talking, but like
a good speech. Yeah, it really was.
Everybody had good speeches. You know, I could listen to Scott Steiner talk about cows forever. That might be the most Scott Steiner thing ever, is to like be given 5 minutes and spend 4 minutes of it telling a story about cows.
But keep it safe.
But kicking off WrestleMania, I thought that was the best kickoff. I mean, it was pretty awesome. It was
the Hall of Fame, fantastic. It made me happy to see the Steiners get inducted and see that both Scott and Rick seem to be in a good place in life and doing well.
Even Charlemagne, I thought that was cool. Like, I just thought everything about it was great. Just the Rob, I like that they gave the Taker his due. That's great. But man, as watching it, it was very hard to digest. Except for when he came up with his stories were good. They kept you into it a lot, you know. And I was thinking about the Duke the whole time watching this. I'm like, yo, the Dukes must be just going nuts with this, man. That's his boy. I mean,
that's the Taker, man.
He's got a tattoo of this dude, you know.
What a dude. You know, it was like a deep dive into his career. Like it was. It was great, and it was
way more entertaining. I thought the Hall of Fame is one of my favorites, to be honest. It was way more entertaining to watch.
I kind of hope they keep the setup for the Hall of Fame, like doing it after SmackDown, because it, it went really well.
Doing it in a ring like that. I mean, they've been doing that for a couple of years now, but before I remember they used to just have a stage.
And I mean, you know. The crowd was, for the most part, well behaved. They only kind of they didn't really hijack the show or anything.
A couple signs that was a little bit questionable. I saw, especially when Charlemagne went up there and she said something about it was an ode to her, but it was, I think they had the recent queen that's on there on WWE now, and they're like, yo, the real queen Charlemagne. I was like, oh wow, you know? Some of the fans they kept in check. They really did.
They're pretty good. I do hate the Performance Center fans though. I do.
I mean, we could talk about that later, but the Performance Center fans, they were.
Let's get into night one.
Yeah, let's get into Mania.
Let's talk about let's start with the tag team championships for SmackDown. The SmackDown tag team championships, where a weird thing happened with Mr. Boogs.
Yes.
Yeah, that was awkward.
Injuries are they're part of the business, and they can come at the worst time. And it came at the worst possible time for Rick Boogs. First big WrestleMania match. It sucked. This match could have been great, but unfortunately, it was cut short due to Boogs.
Do you think the outcome of the match was changed last minute? You think that Nakamura and him was actually going to get that title?
I do. I mean, because they had new gear. They've been having that increased push. It seemed like it was going to happen, and then the injury. And I mean, this
was a bad one. It's such a bad injury.
It sounds like he's going to be out for quite a long time. So, and I mean, they've now moved Nakamura onto a program.
And it sucks because he's so good. They were just about to show they were just showing him off. Outside of the Night Panther stuff and such things, but he's good. He's a good wrestler.
So I can't with this match. I really can't even. I can't give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a thumbs in the middle because it really never had a chance to properly play.
Just a neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on to the next one. Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin.
I have The Miz and Redacted. Is that Happy Corbin? Did I not even write that down?
Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin. That was the next.
Yeah, that was the second match on night one. I think you skipped it.
Yep. Shit. So I'm glad you guys have it because for some reason I don't even have that on here.
It was fine. Drew got the babyface win. Like I think we all kind of felt like was coming anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won with the Claymore. Crowd liked it. Good enough. It was good.
Yeah, it was a good match. I liked that. I really did. I thought that was an okay match. It was all right. It was good for the second match. You know what I'm saying? So
I think the crowd helped because like the crowd was really into Drew, especially when he was doing the like 3, 2, 1 before the Claymore. The crowd got into it. So
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that him working the crowd with a 3, 2, 1 like that, and then hitting the Claymore. It's almost like giving it away. Almost. It's almost like giving away what you're going to be doing. You know. You want to keep that kayfabe-ness, but also he's working the crowd too. I get it, but
but I guess it's kind of like a signature taunt, you know?
Yeah.
It could be all worth it if they incorporate it in the future. Like if he's feuding with Roman and like Drew does the 3, 2, 1 and he goes to do the Claymore and then like Roman ducks and Roman's like, I heard them say 3, 2, 1. Like so, you know, it could be. I think
the most badass about the whole match was the end. I like the end when he took the sword and like just snapped all the ropes.
Like, that was fun.
I don't know if that was a botch or if that was a thing that was supposed to happen.
After that, I was wondering, like, man, I wonder how they're gonna set that right back up to the next match. Like,
well, they have a promo. I think it's you got to give WWE for resetting them up again. But
they set it up.
They did their promo, and they probably did that right in between the promo. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been to SmackDown and stuff. I've seen how fast they can, tear down like a, if they do like a, what was that, Bing Bong Bailey or something? Ding Dong Dips. What the fuck? Well, like if they'll do like Jericho segments or things like that, I fucking falls. But you see how quick they go back and forth between the two.
Yo, that's got to be on the Instagram. Bing Bong Bailey. Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
That's definitely got to be on the Instagram. Bing Bong Bailey.
Bing Bong
Bailey, yeah. But
you
see how fast that production crew is. Like,
yeah. I mean,
I ain't never seen no indie crew work that fast.
They're the creme de la creme, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, like that's NASCAR. That's like the NASCAR pit crew. I've never seen it.
I mean, that's one thing WWE always has been good at is the that high level of production and those crew members that can pretty much think about it. Back in the day, they used to be able to switch over from SmackDown to ECW within like minutes. So like, to go live at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, now it's all digital now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's all digital.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, Lil Nate's is still heading that up. Like, well, he was like live, so like he busts it down. That then when it's done, like there's Lil Nate's getting to work, busting it down.
I'll tell you right now, it's all digital now. So all I gotta do is just press a button probably in the back, and then all them graphics go around. So.
And they have the skirts are like behind the whatever, so they just kind of like grab the skirt behind the one and pull it up and pull it over. So like
they have a different bunch of different skirts.
Let's head on to the next match.
Good match. What I'm looking here, the next reviewers here gave it like a B. I mean, I think it was. Yeah, I'm almost there, like with like a B plus almost. Like
it was a B plus.
We should have watched the predictions video back and wrote down
what we said
if we're getting them right or not.
I already looked at it. I was like, man, I screwed this whole show up. I don't.
You already did. Shit. I don't think I got too far off it.
Wait until we get to the women's match because you're both gonna hear it. So,
Mysterio's Miz and Logan Paul. This was great. I thought it was actually
the Miz and Redacted versus the Mysterios.
Logan Paul really surprised me here.
He can go. I'm surprised.
He had nicer gear than some of like the wrestlers have. Like he went and got like
that Pokemon card was a shit.
Oh, the Pokemon card was hysterical. Like what a douchebag. Like what a way to get heat. Like I'm gonna wear this expensive Pokemon card around my neck because I'm that much of like a dipshit. Like, what a great way to get heat. Like,
I mean, he's with the Miz. The Miz is a dipshit too. So like,
yeah,
I'm gonna say, with Logan Paul, as much as he's a enemy of the show, hopefully, like, he can keep his dickheadedness to like being a heel on TV, and that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that
and
makes
keep
you
all
want
that
to hate
stuff
him.
in the past. Keep all that, the stuff to the past. Don't act up out of pocket anymore. And I mean, I think he'd have a future with wrestling. Absolutely. Like, his brother's a boxer, he's a wrestler.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's already doing like fake boxing fights, so like he's
he knows how to lay
become a
down
wrestler.
victory.
But overall, though, I enjoyed this match. I wish Ray and Dominic would have won just to get them that moment, but I get having the bad guys win to kind of get that heat, and then Miz turn
nobody
on
that was
Logan
watching
Paul.
this now does not want to see the Miz in a regular match against Logan Paul kick his ass. Like,
but I like the turn. I like the turn there at the end, like where he
I
Logan Paul. I thought that was cool.
That's
what a great way to get a pop for the Miz.
I was waiting on it. I was like, this is the Miz. You know what I'm saying? This is what the Miz does.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
And he plays a great heel. He plays a great heel.
Yeah.
He does.
One of the best. You know what I'm saying? He plays one of the best heels in WWE.
I think the time travel, like, tomorrow night, he's wrestling Cody Rhodes. Like,
yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm going to watch Raw. Yeah, man. I'm going to record Raw.
I mean, Raw's been good the last 3 weeks, so like I'm excited for tomorrow night.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair. Sorry.
Oh boy. So when we did the predictions, 2 people insisted that Bianca Belair was not going to win this match.
I didn't think they were going to push her.
And who won the match?
Bianca Belair.
Yo, give it to Bex, though. Give it to Bex for putting. She put her over pretty hard. I'll give it to her.
New haircut.
I love the new haircut.
Had the main event not played out the way it had, this would have been my match of the night. But because we'll get to the main event, because the main event turned into what it had turned into, that I'm
going to say the same exact thing for sure.
Yeah, but this match was easily.
I can't because
this was my favorite match of night one until the main event.
It was great. I actually, yes, I agree because. And like I said, we'll get into the main event, but because the next one is kind of like pretty epic too. But this was cool, like for way to shine. I thought they both shined out.
Yeah,
I was okay with the outcome, even though my prediction was horrible, but I was okay with that outcome because it's just like, all right, cool. I understand now. Bex really put her over in that match.
She brought her up to that like NXT takeover level, like to that level of the matches that Becky was having back when NXT takeovers were super hot. Like,
oh yeah.
Like that was a match that could have happened on that card, and we would have been like blown away, astounded by. So yeah, that was it.
Both these women deserve a ton of praise. This is fantastic. It's now been 2 years in a row that Bianca Belair like hit it out of the park. She deserves.
I liked it better on like night 2's women's match.
Yeah, I mean it was way better than the other women's match that happened on night 1. With
I don't know about that, but
what was that one?
Charlotte and Ronda. Charlotte and Ronda was that was on night 1.
I thought that was on night 2.
It was not on night 2.
That's actually the match after Cody. Yeah.
You're right. My bad. I'm looking at it now. Yep, you're right.
That match, I will get to that.
It's all over the place too. But yeah, the next match is the Cody
Rhodes versus Seth Rollins.
When AEW invades WWE right now.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, make fun of me as much as you want here. I still wasn't convinced that it was Cody Rhodes until the fucking music hit because you can watch it. I posted a small clip and they tried to copyright claim it, but I disputed that because this is my TV. Anyway, I didn't like screen record or anything. I was like when the lights turned off and the everyone had their cell phone out. I was like, okay, maybe this isn't Cody. Like Bray Wyatt did tease he was at, he was in Dallas, which didn't come of anything that I know of.
I think he was at a show, though. I think he was at
yeah, he was at WrestleCon.
He did a convention. Yeah, I did an autograph.
He kind of teased that he was going to be involved with wrestling, like more than that, though. But I digress.
I mean, there was never.
Like, I was like, maybe this isn't Cody Rhodes, and then it was like, wrestler has more than one royal family. Okay, it's Cody.
There was never a doubt in my mind that it was going to be. I always figured it was going to be Cody. Right. I mean, here's why. Because WWE like went out of their way to let you know that like people were chanting Cody and to like have the announcer.
True.
WWE.
Because if it wasn't, they would have kicked him out. Yeah, it would have been all over social media.
Well, they would have muted the chants, and they wouldn't have had Corey Graves been like, "This is a nightmare." Like Seth Rollins' dream. Like what will happen to his roads to one night? Corey Graves said road to WrestleMania. He didn't say road. Like. So, like, WWE is the master of, like, choreographing something months before it happened sometimes. So, like, I figured it was Cody. But either way, this match rocked. So,
this was good, dude. This was my match of night one.
It was really good.
This was my night of match one before the main event.
I was texting Duke. I'm like, I feel betrayed. I feel so betrayed. why do I not like this? Like, why do I not like Cody Rhodes right now? Even though it was a good match, I'm like, I
have to tell him, like, it's like, Cody had a lot of unfinished business in WWE. I mean, I don't think it was, like he said, it wasn't about the money at all. I don't think.
Yeah, but he started AEW off like, I'm going to smash the chair of Triple H. And I'm like, man, he threw like heat hardcore.
But why?
And then he's back.
But why?
What do you mean by why?
Why was he smashing the throne? Why was he doing all this?
It's because
he had unfinished business in WWE. Yeah. There was, tension there. Like,
I think the biggest problem where AEW
I could have done this and I could have done that. You know what I mean? But now he finally has that opportunity to bring that belt home. You know what I mean?
Cody is Dusty's son, and Dusty obviously.
Exactly,
and Dusty was a hell of a worker. And here's the thing. AEW people, AEW fans, and not all of them, but a big chunk don't like WWE. It's a way to like kind of get that reaction. Like Cody's not a dummy. Cody knows exactly what he knew to do.
Right, and it's all. I mean, it's also going to get those hardcore people that wouldn't normally watch now to watch what I said. I mean, I'm watching. There's no way I'm missing.
It was.
I mean, that promo.
The Miz.
That promo Cody cut on Raw the night after was probably one of the best babyface promos in a very long time. Like the energy, so good.
That's actually one of my, after effect notes is that promo and maybe the cohesion between him and Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Let's just say that it was a good match, and I think it hurt the next match we're going to talk about, the Flair.
It did a little
Rousey.
bit.
I think it actually hurt that hardcore.
The crowd was dead for the. I mean, but to be fair, like WWE themselves hurt this match because, as we discussed in the preview show, like this match was cold. It was so cold you could have like put it in a nice glass of RAZE and it would have made you drink nice and cold. Like this match was so cold going into it, and the crowd.
The placement of the match was horrible. I
think so too. I think they should have opened the show with it, honestly, to like kind of get the crowd. And I don't know.
Warm you up. I like that. Yeah.
To say something nice about it.
A tag team match would have been great in this spot.
Yeah.
The women worked their butts off. So like I will say that as a positive. Both women worked very hard.
Yeah, I was going to say, to say something nice about it, it went longer than the usual Ronda Rousey match. And she had a lot more offense than just like the hip toss type stuff.
She looked good. Charlotte looked good. It
looked like she was working hard. Like it looked like Ronda Rousey did her due diligence. Like she looked good. She really did.
I think the one Backlash will be much better than this.
You just the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, I think WrestleMania.
I don't like the name for Backlash.
I don't. I hate the name.
I hate the
WrestleMania
name
after Backlash.
And that's WWE just milking the teat as much as they can.
WrestleMania
after Raw, after SmackDown.
Yep.
Now we're
they did it.
WrestleMania Backlash. Like just call it.
They did it last year.
I still miss Fastlane though. I mean, Fastlane.
I had heard the reason why they had done it last year was Peacock had asked for it because like that was at the start the Peacock era, and they wanted like something to like make it seem like a big deal. And I'm guessing WWE liked it and was just like, we're gonna keep it and whatever. I just, I hope I hope that's a good show. Last year's wasn't bad other than the zombie business. So we'll see how this year goes.
Sometimes you got to. Sometimes you got to teeter-totter. You keep a WrestleMania after Backlash, you lose a Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah. You know what? Backlash is one of the 2 pay-per-views on a Sunday, so there's that. So
yeah,
every pay-per-views on a Saturday besides Backlash and I believe TLC later this year is on a Sunday, and that's it. So
well, gentlemen, let's talk about this main event because this got me hard. This is probably I think we are in agreement. It's probably the best thing of night 1 that made me even want to tune into night 2. I was like, "Oh, yes! What are they gonna do next?" So
this is hard to top. This was amazing.
Yeah,
boy. At first, I'm thinking they come out and do the KO show. I'm like, "Oh God, here we go. We're gonna end this with like some sort of thing, and it's not gonna be what advertised." But then, as soon as Stone Cold came out to the KO show, and he had the straps on, and I'm like, yo, he's gonna go. I texted the Duke. I was like, he's gonna go, bro. He is. We're gonna see this.
Like in the preview episode, we touched on this as a possibility. Like we said, like this could turn into a match. It couldn't. We'll have to wait and see. And it did. It turned into a match. And not only did it turn into a match, it turned into like a legitimate match. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, dude. It was a legitimate 20-minute no count. Not false count anywhere, but whatever you want to call it.
No holds barred, yeah.
No holds barred, yeah. Match.
Stone Cold was taking like suplexes on the concrete, like amazing for someone his age.
I was worried. I was like, please don't do that, because if this might be another run for him, that'd be cool. Like, please don't do that. Because you can Goldberg the shit out of that character. You know that, right? I'm using Goldberg, by the way, because that's what they do with Goldberg.
Right. No, it makes sense.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if he would be able to have at least one more.
I think he can still go. I was watching him go. I mean, granted, give it to KO. Give it to him. He did a really good job. Again, we talk about putting guys over and stuff. He did a really good job even putting Stone Cold over at his age. And Stone Cold also vice versa putting him over, which is cool. I mean, it was so cool to watch. My inner child was like, oh my God. Like I broke out my Stone Cold stuff when it came on. I was like, yes. I was going back some Steve Weisers and all kinds. I was looking up the beer. Where can I buy that beer at? Because he drank so much. Like there was so much beer.
Pat McAfee, man.
What a great commercial for his beer too.
Right, yeah.
And notice they had the camera work each time. They showed like the beer and then him blurry in the background. Did you notice that? Like real close in shot on the beer and then the background. So yeah, like you said, it's definitely a Stone Cold beer commercial. That's what it was, and it was fantastic.
This was my match of the night. Just because, I mean, from a wrestling standpoint, yes, there were matches that were more like wrestling intensive, but like the significance of this match, the like fact that like Stone Cold Steve Austin had wrestled a match for the first time in almost 20 years, like, and looked great, like did stuff you would never expect him to do, like just everything about it was so perfect. The crowd reaction to it, the way Kevin Owens like handled himself, like there's a lot of, like, I don't know, I can go on about this match, but like it was great. It was
so good. It just was so good. Way to finish it off. It was a great thing to finish off WrestleMania night 1.
Yeah, perfect ending night 1.
I mean, I'm texting the Duke left and right. I was like, "This is so awesome! I'm so excited." I was marking her so hard, bro. Like you have no idea.
Stone Cold, man.
So great, man. It was just
Stone Cold.
Fantastic. It was. I can't say anything else, and it got me excited for night 2. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, I even told my wife, I was like, yo, I'm totally watching WrestleMania this week, and night 2 is definitely going to be a thing. It's like, okay, I'll watch TV upstairs. All right, cool. So I got the big 50-inch television for to watch WrestleMania. But let's talk. Speaking of night 2, let's talk about night 2.
Yes, let's get right into it.
Women's Tag Team Championship. Queen Zelina, Carmella, Sasha Banks, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan, and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. I was surprised in this. I got this wrong. I got this one wrong.
Yeah, I got this one wrong. I enjoyed this match though. This was good.
I was okay with the outcome because
Yeah, same.
My girl.
Yep. I like Sasha.
Naomi. Well, yeah, I didn't expect them to win.
I like Naomi. This was good. I didn't see the outcome coming. I believe I picked Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan for this one.
I think we all did, to be honest. I think we all did that.
Why did I have that all the way in the middle of the show?
No, that
did this
open? Yeah, that opened.
Did it? No.
Yeah, I have that all the way in the middle of the show.
What did you have opening?
RK Bros defeating the Alpha Academy and the Street Profits.
That is what opened the show.
That is what it is. Yep, you're right.
So,
well, we can get to that one next. That's fine.
That was good. I kind of hoped Chad Gable and Otis would have won, but
yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
But great.
Hoping for the Bros to break up on this one.
Yeah, great effort from everybody involved. I think we should take a second here to talk about because I'm already sick of him. Gable Steveson.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Gable Steveson.
Talk about beating you over the head with this guy. Great. Yeah. He's an Olympic gold medalist, and I'm sure he'll do well in the business. But pump the brakes because you're not going to do this poor dude any favors if you keep pushing him the way you're
Are they trying to push him an angle? It looked like to me they're trying to give him he's the next Kurt Angle.
I really hope so because if they try to do a baby face Goldberg type thing with this guy, it's not going to work because
he looks like a badass heel to me. Anyways, his whole look looks like a badass heel.
Nothing about it is organic. It's here's this Olympic gold medalist, love him, and it's he's having drinks with these guys. He tossed Chad Gable. Yeah. I don't know. I'm already sick of hearing him. I'm sick of hearing his name. I hope when it's time for him to finally make his debut that they kind of figure something out that does him a favor. And but tag match was fine. It was
kind of think when people bring him up that they should just shoosh.
Yeah, I mean he's skipping NXT. He's going right to the main roster. Yeah, so we'll see.
Which I don't believe in. I just don't believe in that. I think you should go do your due diligence first, work up your name, because when they mention him, I'm like, who?
His brother's in 2.0, so it's even weirder that he's skipped over
a tag team.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a brother.
Yeah,
the Harlem Heat type shit. That'd have been cool,
Yeah. Damon Kemp, his brother works under the name Damon Kemp. He's been on Level Up a few times. He looks kind of a heavier version of Gable. They look very similar. I think it's his younger brother. He was sitting with him at WrestleMania. But I mean, tag match was overall was fine. What was after it?
Bobby Lashley versus Omos is what I have after the tag.
This was okay to set up Raw. How's that?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley's okay back,
to set up Raw.
Omos, still very new, very green. Still has a lot to work on.
This match? Did you hear about the heat on this match? A lot of people are saying that this match should have been done night 1, where the Charlotte and Ronda Rousey was, and then moved that to night 2. Because why? In fact, from what I understand, last minute it was switched up. There was a switch up in the match card. So
they switched around a few nights. What they had advertised stuff as didn't fall where it was supposed to fall. But I mean, wrestling is a constantly changing business, so it is what it is. But
right.
I mean, this set up for MVP to be with Omos, which I think is a good thing because MVP can only help develop Omos and kind of maybe get him to slow down a little because he does kind of move a little too quick and he kind of does things where
Yeah.
They look, if he'd take his time, they would look better and they'd mean a little more. And he needs someone to talk for him because he has a heavy accent, which doesn't do him any favors in terms of promo.
Yeah.
So I think him and MVP could potentially be a good pairing. We'll see how that plays out over the next few weeks, but whatever. I give this a whatever. It was what it was.
I give it a whatever as well.
Whatever. What's next there, Steven?
The next is Johnny Knoxville defeats Sami Zayn.
And this is where Steven marks out.
Absolutely.
Same. I loved this match. I cannot say enough good things about it. Even ignoring the Jackass piece, which was great. This reminded me.
They straight up had a freaking DDT Pro Wrestling match.
Coach called it. He called this match to the T. You said, hey, he's going to bring out his boys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It reminded me.
Us in the jorts.
Oh, my God.
It reminded me of like a WWE like hardcore match from like 98, 99.
Oh, my God, with the oddities.
Yeah, like I mean, even like Hardcore Holly, Steve Blackman, like go back and watch those matches. They had a lot of comedy and a lot of gaga.
Absolutely.
And everything about this match worked. Sami Zayn worked his ass off. The Jackass guys looked great. Like
I mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say even the mistiming on the mousetrap thing was like fixed quick enough that like
I saw that.
Yeah, it looked like it was part of the match. Like he pulled it and like Knoxville did a great job of being like, whoops, to just like fit like everything. I don't know. I love this match.
I was scratching my head the whole time. I'm like, how are they going to make a Johnny Knoxville match? Because we knew Royal Rumble, okay, that's going to be a little, whatever.
Yeah.
But how are you going to make Johnny Knoxville do a full match here? And I'm like, as soon as he started bringing out the guys and then they had the gimmicks, and I'm like, this is how it is. This is how you do it. Yep. You combine WWE with Jackass. That's exactly what that match was. They should have called it the Jackass match because that's exactly what it was.
The pop for Wee Man, especially when he like body slammed like Sam, and then when Wee Man got
Hogan slam, the new Hogan
slam. Oh my God, that crowd turned on Sammy when he punted. When he booted Wee Man in the face, that crowd was pissed. Like
the hand was
the hand, yep.
That too, and then I was thinking with that first haluva kick that Knoxville took.
Oh my God,
looked pretty snug. Like, how much money do you want to bet Knoxville was like, just fucking sucker right in my face? Just go for it, buddy.
He
go
took
for
some
it.
bumps. He really did. I was impressed.
He did.
I was really impressed with some of the bumps he took.
All those Jackass guys, like they had the stuff laid in on them, but they also could take it given what they do, what they're known for.
They molded that match around them, and it was kind of cool. It was really cool to see.
I love this match. This may have been one of my favorite, like kind of hardcore, like silly hardcore matches, and the celebrity involved. I don't know. I could talk about this match forever. I loved it.
I'll tell you this much: I wouldn't be surprised at all if you ended up seeing the Jackass guys in the Indies like pop up, like Johnny Knoxville doing a death match. Like you can see Johnny Knoxville hitting somebody with a bundle of tubes.
He's got to protect the moneymaker.
Yeah, I mean, he's still an actor.
He's not going to get hit in the face with it. I said Johnny Knoxville hitting somebody with tubes.
I would say we will see them back at WrestleMania next year because number one, it's in Hollywood, and number two, this was very well received by like the public overall. I mean, there were a few people that won't be. And it, shockingly, not to the shock of anyone, it pissed off Jim Cornette. But
Jimmy boy. But
overall, this was super well received.
It was fun,
general audiences, the hardcore fans. So we'll see. I guarantee we'll see more of this in the future. But
definitely coming off that Omos match, it was something to give you a lift.
Yeah.
And it was definitely cool to see coming off that Bobby Lashley Omos match,
I can see Wee Man having a whole match. Like I want to see him now wrestle Hornswoggle.
I can see Wee Man and Sammy happening because.
Oh my God! Yes.
The reaction, and I mean, Sammy
Man went. It was great. It was great.
Wee Man was laying those in on Sammy. Holy hell!
Yeah.
Like
and look how it bounced off that table from Brock Lesnar. Like
somebody feel like, whoa, Wee Man. It's a work, brother. Like Wee Man was pounding Sammy's face. like just beating the shit out of him.
What's next, Steven?
What's next? Yeah, great match overall. Thumbs up on that.
It reminds me of Frontier this weekend. There was like a lot of the wrestlers would take the guys around and let the kids hit them. Them kids were laying them in this weekend. Like, holy crap, like. Anyways, yeah, the next match was Sasha Banks and Naomi becoming the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And Paul, you did have all the combatants there written down if you wanted to. Paul kind of said that earlier.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it. I mean, I was surprised we all guessed it wrong.
Yeah, we all guessed it wrong.
And
I was expecting Queen of Hearts and Shayna Baszler and Queen Hearts.
I was thinking more Rhea Ripley because she's up there now. I thought they were going to give her more of a push. More push as a champion now, and it's maybe I don't know, maybe they're looking for her to be more of a title.
Rumor has it she might join the Edge's faction too.
Ugh, I can't wait to talk about
that. We'll see, but let's hop on to what was next, which was Austin. Was it Austin Theory and Pat was up next? I believe
it was. Edge and Edge versus Edge defeating AJ Styles. This is a dream one, man.
Match wise, awesome. Very good.
Yeah, awesome match.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, we all gotta agree that Edge only has so many left in him, and if Edge only has so many left in him, AJ Styles had to be one of them people. He had to.
This was good. The ending was interesting because it started that build.
The ending was interesting.
And the grand
set up for. I didn't expect Edge to win here at all.
The whole House of Black thing that they're going for is just. That's what it is.
I like that.
That's what it looks like. It looks like
it's more like Brood 2.0, but
I was thinking Ministry of Darkness more than anything. So
yeah,
you need to
remember. I don't watch AEW, so like to me, I see like Ministry of Darkness.
The House of Black on AEW is very cool, and I'm
I've seen
this is where WWE is like, you know what, we like that too. Let's do something cool like that too, and we'll start looking.
I'm familiar.
I don't know about that.
I think it's going to be a little different, though. I think it's going to be more along the lines of I wouldn't even say the Brood or the Ministry. I think it's going to be more of just kind of putting Edge into. Here comes my dog. Tip tapping. More along putting Edge into kind of that like classic heel role with the faction, like because it's a more serious Edge now, like a different personality. But this match was great. I enjoyed the little. Referring to Damian Priest as the punishment of Edge's thing, which I thought was a fun little callback. So
go away from the Edge and Christian Edge and move back more into the Brood Edge. And what better way of conveying that other than saying, here's a Brood. Here's because
when he did that re-release of the song and came up out of the thing, he got a huge pop for it. So WWE has to go off of that.
For sure.
But I mean, we'll see. It's still so early on to really make
progress.
On this, but we'll revisit it. We'll revisit in a month or two, and we'll see where they're at. Yeah. But good match, worth watching. Thumbs up. Next, I guess.
Yeah, excellent match. Next up is Sheamus and Ridge Holland defeat Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston.
This match was like 2 minutes long, so
terribly short.
Sucks because
Yeah, New Day probably should have got the W. I did enjoy, and I love it. I love Butch, like Pete Dunne's new thing that he just wants to like kick the shit out of everybody, so they're constantly just grabbing him while he's just like trying to like wail in the air and everything like that. I don't know. I think it's fantastic.
Like the dogs on the Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Well,
I forget.
He reminds me of like a kid I went to high school with who was exactly like that. Like he just wanted to fight everybody, and we would constantly
I've known that.
And I mean the fact that their whole gimmick is based off of like guys who hang out in a bar and pick fights. Like we all know about like the guy in the bar that's got to like constantly like kick everyone's ass because he's got a chip on his shoulder, and it just it's fun. It's not. Is it like the classic Pete Dunne? No, but is it a fun like gimmick and a fun kind of main roster diversion?
Yeah.
And
decent faction. I like the little faction going on there.
Yeah.
Right. I like the Peaky Blinders look, and I like it overall. So this match, but I mean, it was barely a match. It was almost a segment that happened.
This is where I got something to drink or something to eat.
Yeah, pretty much. I went up and got a few slices of pizza, and it was whatever.
Yeah. So. This next match up here is going to be my my hot take of the whole weekend. Is a lot of people consider this a celebrity match. I don't consider it a celebrity match.
No,
it was Pat McAfee and defeating Austin Theory.
Pat's worked a few matches in NXT.
Good matches.
Pat was good.
War Games, Adam Cole.
Yeah. Austin looked good. Vince's facial expressions were on point when they'd cut to Vince. I mean, it was fine. It was good. I liked it.
And then after he defeated him, it turned into a match with Vince.
This was something.
Yeah,
all I gotta say
that
is
was a head scratcher for me. I'm like, wait, what? You just put Pat over, and then now you're taking it away from him? Like, well, what?
That was weird.
But as soon as that match started, I'm like, okay, Stone Cold's coming.
Yeah, that's basically what I knew.
Stone Cold's coming back out.
The boss. This is happening, and that's what, dude.
That stunner, man! Oh my god,
the worst stunner I've ever seen.
Have you seen the edit job they've done on that though? They did a great edit job on it. So
really?
It looks, they played, if you've seen the video package or if you look it up on YouTube, you can see they edited it. So it looks like he had an actual stunner on him. So whoever did that deserves a raise.
Yeah. My favorite part, he got negative press from it. That's why.
We'll give a raise.
It was horrible. It was a horrible stunner.
My favorite part was him tripping.
I think it was kind of purposely made to look shitty because if you go back, it's a notorious thing for Vince to take a shitty stunner. So it's an homage to, Vince taking a shitty stunner. One last one from Vince.
And he's 77 years old. So the fact that he even attempted to take one, I'll give Vince McMahon props. Yeah. Because at 77. But my favorite part was him slipping, Austin kind of trying to hit it and not working. And Austin laughing at him and then calling him a stupid mother effer. You could see Austin laughing, a stupid mother effer, foul.
Right.
Just getting the beers and just laughing about it.
Give it to Austin Theory for taking the best stunner though.
Fucking awesome.
His stunner was great.
Yeah, what an awesome
stunner. Austin Theory flopping and slopping in that
dude went 10 feet in the air when he took that stunner.
Yeah. It reminded me of the Scott Hall one where Pat did a good job.
Yeah, especially with the beer coming out at the end.
Yeah, Pat did a great job. I mean, it was a fun after segment with the weird choice of having Vince pin Pat, but overall it was fun.
I almost called this my match of the night, to be honest, because it was just so good.
It was fun, yeah, dude. It was
fun to watch, and it had all nostalgia. Not to mention Pat McAfee went. He did a good job.
Absolutely.
He jumped and went 3 ropes up. I was like, "What? That is insane!"
Pat is going to transition from behind the desk. I don't
know if I want him to. I like him where he's at right now.
I don't think he will. I think he's going to be like Jerry Lawler when the time comes and he's need it.
Cole. Remember how Michael Cole would just insert him in different matches and stuff like that? I think he's going to do stuff like that.
Can we talk about how much fun it was when Vince kicked a football into Pat McAfee though? That made me laugh.
Oh my god!
What a dick move.
On the show afterwards, on the Pat McAfee show, because I follow him and I watch him.
Yeah, he does have a good show.
He said he think it might crack his ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got nailed with that.
Crack his ribs.
Yeah.
But that was
he said
fun.
that was not a. It was that was definitely real. He didn't hold back at all.
That was a lot of fun, that one. And I think the main event was next, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was. Sure was. The main event: Roman Reigns defeating Brock Lesnar.
I mean, we all called this. I think. I like the match overall. I mean, I'm a big fan of Roman Reigns' work. I think everything Roman does is compelling. Right. I think it's great to watch. I think
new Roman is so great. I like the. Yeah. I like the table character. I really do.
That promo that they cut about Roman that showed, how WWE has been doing profitably under Roman, shows you that's why they unified the titles under Roman. He's the dude. He's the dude, man.
August of 2020, which is when Roman made his return to do this character. I mean, everything Roman Reigns has done has been top notch, and in my opinion, like in just televised professional wrestling, Roman Reigns is probably is the man. Like everything Roman has done has been good. Like this guy, he hasn't had a miss yet. And that's very rare to see.
I credit him for his work ethic, but I also credit you gotta give Paul Heyman some help.
Oh, absolutely.
Paul Heyman is just the greatest on the mic, and he's turned a total schlub on a mic because Roman before this was not very good on the mic at all. Into actually really decent promos.
Roman had to find himself, and he's done it. The bloodline is the hottest thing.
You have to acknowledge.
I acknowledge.
You can argue it, but 2 million people every Friday night say the bloodline is the hottest thing in professional wrestling. So there you go.
There you go.
Yep. He moved. He's the legit. When he says he's a needle mover, he's not joking around. The proof is there, and I mean.
He's been the main event of every, for the past how many years?
I'm excited. Yeah. I actually want to see a one belt. I thought they were going to unveil it, but they haven't yet. But because the 2 belt things is cool, but
I'm going to tell you,
unified belt. To be honest,
they're going to split those belts up, and here's why. Well, number one, everyone each network likes having their own belt, but notice Cody Rhodes' promo. Cody said he wanted the WWE Championship. Cody's going to take that offer. Calling it right now. That's how they're going to split the belts. Cody, because there's a little bit of subtle storytelling with Roman if you watch. When Roman comes out with the 2 belts, Roman doesn't hold the WWE belt. Roman holds the Universal belt.
SmackDown one, yeah.
Yeah. Roman only cares about the Universal belt. So Cody is going to be the hero that's going to rescue the WWE Championship and bring it back to Monday Night Raw. I'm calling this right now. That's going to be the story.
There you go. There you heard it here in the dive. The stupendous, whatever we call this.
That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Remember this.
Cody's going to rescue that belt in honor of his dad.
When this happens, you can come back. Yeah.
We've already had it laid out.
Again.
Yeah.
All right.
We had it laid out on Raw, so but either way, I love this main event. I thought it was a great ending to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I heard Roman might have gotten a little hurt, which was why we kind of had the abrupt ending.
Yeah, I heard the abrupt piece with the shoulder.
But overall, great ending. 1 championship. Great visual of Roman, 2 belts and the pyro in the crowd. So I loved it. Night 2 was definitely my favorite night of the 2. I really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree. So where's this lie on some of your favorite WrestleManias? It's up there for me. It's definitely up there for me. I thought
it's in my top
the whole time.
It's definitely up there. It will rank with WrestleMania 30 up there for me.
Yeah.
I can agree top 5. Definitely top 5 for me.
It would definitely be in my top 5. I would say it was really good. It did enough, and one thing WWE does really well is entertainment and spectacle, and there was a lot of entertainment. There was a lot of spectacle. It was super well done. I really loved it. So top 5 for me, definitely.
Definitely a good one.
Night 2 overall may be one of my favorite WWE pay-per-views of all time. So
it was entertaining the whole way through for night 2. It really was.
Yeah.
Great show.
Yeah.
So are we doing promotions or?
Yeah, let's do some promotions. Yeah. We're gonna wrap it up because we got some stuff to talk about here. This being a wrestling show, we do got some stuff to promote here. We got an upcoming show on May 14th here, the Electric City Showdown, up there at the Steamtown Marketplace. And I'm not exactly. When did that exactly become that's transferred over to the Steamtown Mall?
Space.
Mm-hmm.
About good space there.
About 2 or 3 years.
Kevin was telling me there was a guy that owned Boscov's, right? And he bought it. He bought it.
No, it was an outside person who had purchased it. I'm not 100% sure. No, Al Boscov owns Boscov's. He owns there's a few of them around the Pennsylvania area. But the marketplace at Steamtown, it was a mall. It did, like all malls, it kind of was falling on hard times, Daddy. So somebody had come along. I'm not sure of the gentleman's name, and he had purchased it with the idea of kind of turning it into like the marketplace in Steamtown and trying to like bring in different types of businesses. So there's an aquarium there now.
Yeah, because I've seen Millie was saying about that. I was wondering about the aquarium. I was like, I got to check that out because that sounds pretty freaking sweet.
The aquarium's really nice.
I was seeing that on a YouTube video I was watching that there's a pier there, a pier section of like around the mall or whatever. I don't know why unless it was something else that they threw in the video for some reason. Like you
might be getting a little confused on that one. Yeah, I'm very familiar with this because this is my hometown area is up around.
Yeah.
I'm from originally from Dunmore, Pennsylvania, which is pretty much like attached to Scranton, Pennsylvania. I grew up in that mall. That place is my childhood. I'm very, very excited about this show. This was one that, as soon as I had heard the rumblings from Johnny Moran and Alex, it was one that I needed to make sure that I was part of it.
And what's cool is, since you're a Wicked Turtle guy now, he's part of the Wicked Turtle Club. Wicked Turtle is officially sponsoring this show, which is fantastic.
Yep.
We are official sponsors of this show, which is awesome. I actually have the poster. It was already, since this show is being recorded Sunday, but it hasn't been revealed yet. This show comes out on Thursday, but I have the poster so we can actually show this here. Hold on. Here is the official poster.
Let's see. Oh, look at that beautiful poster.
Look at that man up in the top there, man.
Wonderful.
I know. Look at there I am, right next to you.
Man. It looks great.
That great bandana.
And my homeboy Big Dust is on there. My buddy Mike Mitchell, Johnny Moran.
It's gonna be cool.
All the good
goons.
people.
The goons are gonna be there.
Yeah,
I love the goons.
What's
you gotta love the
Johnny
goons.
Moran's tag team again? Isn't it the militia, right? The Mighty Militia.
The Mighty Militia.
Yeah.
They're gonna be together again. It's been a while since they've actually been together as a tag team. Yes.
My first 8x10 was to the Mighty Militia.
This is the one of, without, not just because I'm on the poster, but this might be one of the best like assembled rosters I've ever seen for an independent wrestling show in this area. What an amazing collection.
There I was looking at the poster.
I can put it up. Hold on, let me put it back up. If you guys are listening to us, we're putting up a poster, the official poster.
Yeah, there's a poster.
Nunzio and HC Loke. We got some ECW representation.
Hop on the High Tension Wrestling social media right now and look at this poster so you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is going to be streamed live on IWTV, which is fantastic. Good exposure for Wicked Turtle. You're going to hear us in every match. And again, we have one of our guys. The coach is going to be in this, so it's
Big Dan Champion.
My thing is for
Big Dan Champion gets down around my way quite a bit. I seen it the other day. He was at the Bigfoot Subs here in Muncie, Pennsylvania.
Are we? That's awesome.
Yeah, I could tell you that Big Dan. He can tell you how good like the food area is in that area. Like
I'm going to coach for food.
Man, dude!
I got you guys for. I got you guys for this area. I'll tell you where to go.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I mean, there's a lot of talented guys on here. I mean, none of them are as talented as Kit Raff, and they're whoever's across the ring. Whoever is across the ring from Kit Raff and I is going to have a very tough night because we have a lot to prove because we're coming home and we are excited to be home. And we have a lot of friends, a lot of family coming. Are we going to do anything at the fan event, guys? Like, we're going to have a Wicked.
I didn't even get to say that. So let me do the official promo here for everybody. So like I said, Wicked Turtle is sponsoring this show. It's May 14th. Before the show Steven starts at 12 o'clock, they have a fan event, which is free to all fans.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of people that are there. Now, as of right now, we don't have a table there. Me and Coach were talking about some stuff, but I threw up a lot of money for us to be promoted here, but this will be on IWTV. So if you can't make it to the match, and say you're one of our fans that listen to us from out in California, whatever, you can actually go on to IWTV and watch this show, which is kind of cool. So,
yeah,
I would definitely recommend signing up for IWTV to check out the show.
That's all it is.
Yep.
$10 a month.
It's a great service. It's the The dogs in the background are going nuts. They're so excited for this.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's not Wicked Turtle unless we have dogs or trains.
What a
I don't know what the hell.
We're a very dog-friendly podcast, so it's all good. Yeah. We all have dogs, so it's all. Mine was just here. He left, but I was boring him. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited.
There must be somebody outside that is raking leaves or doing something. But
I think this is great for. I forgot to tell people, if you are local and you feel like going to this this show, let me throw the poster back up real quick. Guys and gals, go to www.hightencion.htw.com and you can put a /shop on there. That will actually take you right to it. I'm gonna have the link in our link tree. So if you guys don't feel like doing all that WWW stuff, go to our link tree. You can click the HTW logo and take you straight there to buy tickets for this show.
Yeah, nice. And make sure when you buy the tickets that you mention that you heard it from us in the comments section there, so that we can
see us. Show out. I'm gonna have stickers. I'm gonna have stickers for Wicked Turtle stickers. We will be handing out stickers to everybody. So. I still have 300 of those things. I also was thinking about doing a giveaway, even though Veda's not going to be there. Tried to contact her. I just didn't. Again, I put all the funds up for the sponsorship for that, so didn't have a chance to even try to bring her in. But I do have some signed stuff there.
Oh, so nice.
I might actually either do it for this show or I might save these. More details which come. We're still in the early processes of this.
Yeah, we'll figure it out as it gets closer. What our plans.
I also have other things too. So
obviously, keep tuned in to this podcast as it gets closer. We'll kind of discuss it more and as
follow Wicked Turtle on all our socials. Like I said, click the link tree at the end of this podcast in the description. And you'll see all our socials on there, and follow us on all that. You'll see it. You'll see whatever we're going to be doing. We have a lot of tricks up our sleeve. We don't like to show our hand before it's time.
Right.
So.
And it's still kind of early. They're still making a lot of big talent announcements for this that are coming out.
Yeah,
out over the last few days. So just keep an eye on their social. Keep an eye on our socials. And
what's yours, Coach?
Everything is at the Sean Calvin, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm always I'm pretty active. I know. I've been promoting the heck out of the show like crazy.
Me too.
This is
the Wicked Turtle Network Twitter has been blowing up on it. So another thing is I wanted to say before we jumped out of here, just wanted to let everybody know, check out Frontier Pro Wrestling. Kevin and I were doing the commentary up there, and it was a fun blast. I'm still buzzing that was such a fun show yesterday. So, I'm just super fun. There
the coach brings on his fur baby.
There's Oliver.
There's Oliver.
Sorry, I just had to grab him. Get him on camera. There you go. All right.
The debut.
He's so mad at me now.
Let's close her out.
But check out that on YouTube, Frontier Pro Wrestling. They're on YouTube. They're on Facebook. They're on Twitter, Instagram. And I do some commentary work up there now, and it was a really fun time. So
great promotion.
Close her out. Thank you guys for watching, everybody. I've been the Duke of Disputation.
I am Coach Raff.
And it's your man in the chair, the Penguin.
And that's what's up.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Wicked Turtle Network exclusive. Follow us on all social media. And also click the link tree in the description of this video.